Well, hello folks, I'm at it again, at last. Kind of got out of the habit of doing any filming, just a variety of reasons really. But I'm back after having quite a few requests from people that I'd do it again, which is nice actually. You know, it's nice to know they're appreciated and everything. So today I am doing a bit of carp fishing on a fairly local to me lake, and I've actually caught one already. I was kind of setting up, and there were a few fish in the area, so I chucked a few dog biscuits out and stuff like that, and as I was actually baiting up a spot further out, and this carp was sort of slurping around in the margins. So I quickly grabbed. I've got a little one of these little Nash 6-foot rods, and so I quickly grabbed that, stuck a bit of bread on, and he swam off, and he turned round, so I just plonked it in there, and he took the bait, and I've caught him. I'll put a picture up in a second. That was actually a fish that's I'm familiar with. I've fished this quite a bit over the last couple of weeks. Done all right actually. I've caught the fish on mostly stalking. I have caught one on bottom baits, but most of all the others I've caught on bread or cat biscuits or whatever. So he went 19 pounds 15. A little bit smaller than I thought he was actually. I thought he was a 20. So I've caught one of my nemesis. There's another one in here I want to catch as well, a koi carp. I thought I'd nearly had him the other day. So we shall see. It's a little sort of bay swim. To my left there's a jungly bit, but there's no proper swims. You can get in there and stalk fish, but they do sort of cruise along this back bit. The wind's blowing more or less over this way, so I thought this would be a good spot just to basically do the night. I'm fishing fairly close to some snags. The fish seem to quite like those snags, but I've fed another little area as well a bit further out there, probably, I don't know, it's not a big chuck, it's sort of 40 meters out. It's just on the edge of there's an area of gravel, and then it goes to silt, and it goes to gravel again, so I'm just sort of straddling that border there. I suspect there's a little depression, and that's where the silt sits, and then there's a clean bit on top. I'm just sort of straddling that. Although I don't have a rod out there at the moment, I've got them down either side of me. There's some overhanging sort of willowy type trees, you know, the typical gravel pit tree, and I've just put baits on those for now. After I've done this piece, I'm going to go off and stalk again, because it's by far the best way of fishing this venue. I found that out straight away really. I came down and had a look a couple of weeks ago, and sort of mooch around. There's a lot of fish on the top. I don't know how many fish is in here, and I don't know how big the lake is in acres. It's not huge, it's a gravel pit. I don't know, 4 acres, 7. It's not massive. I wouldn't say it was more than 10. But I'm not very good at acres, so there's a lot of fish on the top there, and and I wasn't geared up for them. I didn't catch anything that day. Then I came back after work, and that fish I caught today, he was up on the top. Threw a handful of biscuits in, and he chowed into them straight away. And then another fish came along that was slightly nicer looking, and my nemesis fish came to take the bait, and I pulled it away. I rejected him and I ended up catching the other one that was 23 pound odd. But every single time I've been down here now, this nemesis fish of mine has been sort of taking the piss out of me a little bit, coming and swimming right into my margins and all that sort of stuff, and I haven't been able to catch him until today. So I've caught him. I'm gonna fish boilies. I've got boilies on both rods actually, and I've made some quite hard boilies up. There's a few crayfish in here. There's quite a lot of skimmers and stuff, rudd, and they've been sort of whittling my baits down, so I've got some harder baits on there, and they're both tipped with a bit of plastic corn just in case they do get annihilated. At least I've got something on the hook. I've actually fed a bit of corn on my left hand rod. I've fed hemp, corn and pellets there. On the right hand side I've fed boilies and hemp, and then out on that sort of borderline swim out there I've put in about 6 or 7 spawns, sort of a medium spawn of hemp, and about 50-60 boilies. That's kind of my backup line. I'll have a look, and I might sort of chuck a rod over there during the night, simply because I imagine the fish will probably move out of the snags at night and go and have a bit of a look around the lake. It's a fantastic lake. No one really fishes it. It's lovely. It's really pretty. If it had some lilies in here, it would be just right, really beautiful. It's a nice depth. It's not silly deep. It's got variations in gravel, lots of feet. I mean, it's just full of features. You know, gravel bits, silt bits, real scummy bits that are full of leaves and just shit. And yeah, I like it. There's an awful lot of fish in here. There's loads of skimmers and bream. I've caught a tench as well out of here. And I've even caught a few rudd, and I've seen some big ones, real big rudd, sort of 2 to 3 pound, I would say, a little group of about half a dozen of those. It's a bit of a mystery, apart from what I've caught. I know nothing about the place. As I say, no one fishes it. I don't know how many carp are in here. I suspect there's maybe 30, 40. I've certainly seen the same fish time and time again. There are ones that sort of hang around in different parts of the lake. Some are a bit more nomadic. The 23 pound one I caught is the biggest I've seen, and all the fish I've caught have been alright. You know, 16.5 pounds the smallest, and 23 is the biggest, another 20. The one I caught today was just shy of 20, and then another one I caught, well, I can't remember what it was. certainly it's not a runs water by any stretch of the imagination. Right, I think I'll shut up and just go for a little wander. I think what I'll do is if I catch something, I'll come back, I'll keep it in the landing net and I'll come back and get the camera, and then we can have a look at him, because I can't take the camera in there, it's too bloody, you've got to be stealthy really, you can't be faffing about with cameras, so wish me luck. Well, nothing on the old stalky run there. There was one spot where there was definitely a fish, but for a while. I don't know, there don't seem to be as many over there today. I don't know whether that's because due to my presence here and catching a fish earlier, but it could be that they're actually pushed out into the lake a little bit more. Now what I've actually done, I've put my rods back in. I'm back on the tree on the right, and then on the left I've actually chucked that to the swim out in the lake. When I was retrieving the left hand rod earlier, I caught on a branch down there, and I didn't really feel it when I was leading around. I came back with a bit of a stick on there, so I'm going to keep my eye on it. If it's erupting with fizzing and if any fish show there, I'll just chuck one out there again. But yeah, it's a bit sketchy, so I'm going to keep away from that for the time being. I think I'm going to kind of settle in for the night, not do any more stalking or anything. I'm just going to just leave the rods out there and have something to eat, and fingers crossed catch something. A lot of bloody midgy things down there. Might have to get the DEET out tonight. Hopefully we'll get one or two. As I say, I haven't done very well on the sort of normal bottom lead fishing type stuff here, but you never know. Might look a bit bemused. Got bemused looking carp here as well. Buddy, it gave me a drop back and kited right round. I thought it was actually a bream or a tench. It's actually, there you go. Mirror, first one I've seen in here. Big fat little weird looking thing. That weighs 19 pounds. Fat little dumpy chap. Right, I'm going to put him back. I think I'll do him out. Oops. Just put him in the cradle. Put him back that way, it's a bit easier, he's a bit lively. Alright, so off he goes. Yeah, I've been plagued by bream and things a little bit. So I was kind of losing the will to live. I was actually thinking about bringing that rod in. I caught a bream on the other rod and didn't recast it. Really, I just wanted to go to sleep. But yeah, catching a carp, brilliant. Right, I'm going to sort myself out because everything's all in a mess, and I shall see you if I catch anything else. If not, I'll see you in the morning. Just sort of film an outro and the rod went off. But, lost the fish, unfortunately. It was a tench. It's a bit of a shame, but never mind. Yeah, so I'm going to pack up now. Didn't get bitten by any more ants. I'm going to move to a different venue. This, I've sort of had my fill. Caught 2 carp, caught some bream, which kept me up. Terrible night's sleep. I kind of lost heart during the night. and then I caught that carp, and that kind of re-sparked me a little bit. So I put some new rigs on and like double 18mm baits to try and avoid the bream. I did catch another bream or two, but I think I'm going to do the off, go to a new venue, so I'll make another video there. It's a little sort of chalk pit. It's lovely venue, nice looking carp in there. It's very quiet, so I shall see you there. I'll probably get there by, what time is it now? Yeah, I'll be there by sort of 12 o'clock midday, so I shall see you a bit later on.